Hello, and welcome back to the Everyone's a Dragon podcast. Today I'm joined by my three dragons, who are...
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I play Jorvik.
Hi, I'm Ash, and I play Corvus.
Hi, I'm Andy, and I play Thea.
So we last joined our adventurers as they clambered through my awkward puzzle, and they just about managed to get out. And what awaits them today is applause.
Is it just one singular slow clap?
Funnily enough, there is one slow clap. A variety of humanoids are visible. There is, of course, your old pal Artie.
Yeah.
A man with blonde hair. A halfling.
You mean copper hair?
More golden, if anything.
I thought you were talking about Artie.
No, Artie's got,
Yeah, he's got copper.
A wig.
copper.
A wig.
A wig, yeah. Then we have a silver-haired elf, who's the one doing the slow clap. A more darker brown-haired gnome, who's also clapping. A female dwarf with bronze hair.
Have we just found like the D&D version of the Justice League?
You mean the Council of Intriguing Artefacts?
The Extraordinary League of Gentlemen.
And an elf.
Ah, yes, and of course there is a handful of dragonborn.
Only a handful.
Only a handful. And they are clapping at you.
At us? Is it an aggressive clap?
Is it like the clap that your girlfriend does when she's like trying to get her point across to you?
No, that's called a slap.
I give her.
Yes, so the golden-haired halfling approaches you and says, "Congratulations! And thank you for cleaning those bandits out. They've been there for a while. We've been meaning to get to that.
Okay,
you've done us a favour."
They weren't your staff, because I was kind of worried that we just killed half your staff.
Ah, no, we don't bother with them.
Well, we left one of them alive.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe they'll tell the others not to come back.
To be fair, we left all of them alive, but some were in mid-air at the time.
I don't catch your drift.
We were seeing if they could learn the fly spell.
Ah, I see.
So what was that test about?
Ah, yes, well, we have never had any non-dragon kin join our organisation, so...
I'm just pointing at the halfling. You said there's no dragonborn? That's a halfling right there.
You mean the guy who's speaking to you?
Yeah, okay, I'm pointing at him.
So he's going to go, "Step back." And then he turns into a huge golden dragon.
Corvus starts getting his knife out and plucking the scales off. I can sell these for a fortune.
And then, of course, he returns back to his original state as a halfling. Yes, we are all dragons here. Pretty much everyone's a dragon.
Roll credits.
So, do we get to become dragons?
That's unfortunately not how it works.
Why are we here then?
But the problem is if you're a male, like the two of you are, you get to fuck a dragon. I have to be fucked by a dragon, and I'd rather that doesn't happen.
They don't do the sex.
If I become a dragon, I'm kind of on board.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, so ask away.
No, we're good.
Very well, you should be shown to your quarters then.
So what was the point of that test?
Ah, okay. As I said, we have no non-dragon kin here, so we kind of had to test you to see whether you were worthy.
Why did you want to test us? What do you need us for?
Well, the missions you will be embarking on are not easy, shall we say, and we need people who can handle their own in more than strength.
So, why do you need us?
Well, we only have one team of...
Meat shields?
Cannon fodder?
Disposables? Because it was just the way it sat there and it was like, we need you to do these things for us. So you hired a group of level 1s. So no adventurers out there.
Yeah, but they're dragons, they've got busy lives. They got to sit on their asses and do nothing.
Their farts can wipe out cities.
Their farts can create cities.
Yeah, but I don't want to live in a city created by a fart.
The gassy planes. Yes, so we currently only have 3 operatives, and Our missions are becoming more frequent, so we did kind of need to expand, and now you are in our debt, so...
So the other 3 operatives are Dragonkin, I'm assuming.
They are indeed Dragonborn, yes.
Okay.
In fact, let me introduce you. Here is Darlene, Draco, and Dave.
Dave.
Good old Dave.
Yes, Dave. Are you greeting Dave?
Only Dave.
Are you only greeting Dave?
We all go over to Dave, and it's like such an interesting, exotic name.
Dave's busy. I'm greeting the other 2. Darlene and Draco.
Welcome! Welcome to our abode. That's Darlene.
Why, thank you.
And Draco goes,
Expelliarmus.
He just grunts at us. Does he let out a bit of fire at the same time?
no, that's not quite how Dragonborn was.
Is he going to have a Scottish accent? I want Draco to have a Scottish accent, like in Dragonheart. You got to do a Sean Connery accent.
You get a grunt.
Scottish or Sean Connery was different, so.
Is it a Scottish grunt?
Yeah, you hear it. Aye. Anywho, so you've met the other operatives, Darlene, Draco, and Dave.
What does Dave sound like?
Please, another farmer.
Yeah, I was just about to say, well, nice to meet you.
I want a proper Brummy.
Oh. Oh, what's my name's Dave. How you doing? I'm the leader of the operatives.
I'm laughing in character. This is the weirdest accent I've ever heard in game.
What are you laughing for?
When this goes live, you can never go to Brum again.
You will get stabbed.
I don't know what you mean. I'll let you get back to it then. And the golden dragon, or golden halfling, says, "Ah yes, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Shin, and I am in charge around here."
Who made you in charge?
Well, it is a democracy, of course.
So can we vote you out?
Well, you are only lesser members for now. But maybe in time, if you prove yourself trustworthy. Any more questions?
I'm going to actually flat out ask if they know anything about necromancer that attacked my village. Because if obviously they are dragons, they've probably got quite long-reaching knowledge and contacts. So they would have been aware, maybe.
I tell you what. Speak to Red. And then he points to the brown-haired gnome. And he gives a little wave. And he says, he's a strategic information officer. So he can look into this matter for you if you'd like.
Cool.
Has he got rosy red cheeks?
No.
Aww.
I'm going to go speak to Red. I want to basically pose the same question. Because as I said, my main goal is to kill the fucker.
Hey there, how can I help you?
Can you speak in a normal accent?
What do you mean?
I'm going to ask him about the necromancer.
Well, there are lots of necromancers.
Well,
Is there anything more specific?
I'm going to describe what I can remember of the event, obviously telling the location of where the attack happened. I want to see if they basically know anything.
Well, I've never heard of anything like that, but I can look into it for y'all.
Please, it would be most appreciated.
Sure. Always like to help one of our own.
And then I'm just going to poddle on back to the group.
Any more questions for Shin?
By what authority do you enforce your
Rules.
your rules?
Ah, yes. See us as a non-profit organisation, working in the shadows, to prevent these items from getting in the wrong hands.
Who polices us?
We are the keepers of our own fate.
Obviously, throughout history, there have been incidents where dragons have actually used their own abilities for their own greeds.
This is why we are a democracy.
But why do you work in the shadows?
Because if they knew we were after these items, it would make us more vulnerable to attack, and we would broadcast our presence, and people would try and obtain these items for themselves. We don't destroy all the items. Some come quite in handy, as you will soon come to find out.
Well, nice and everything, but I kind of started adventuring because I needed some financial support.
Ah, yes. Ikor, clicking his fingers, the silver-haired dragon reaches beneath his robes and pulls out a small pouch and tosses it towards you, with a scowl on his face.
That's right, I'll grab it and
You
just
said
have a quick look
the
in.
silver-haired one the elf?
Yes.
I was going to say, does he resemble anyone from my village? Because obviously silver-hairs elves are normally...
Not as far as you can tell.
So it's not someone I recognise in that I've seen them in their village or anything like that.
It's more the fact that when they transform...
They have an aspect of them which resembles the metal that
Yes.
they... Yeah,
and it
okay.
just happens to be maybe a coincidence.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
That's fine.
No, you think he's Brian from your village. Oi, Brian!
All right, mate.
What up, Brian? How are you?
Brian's rude, he's not saying hi to me.
Yeah, it's because he's got a really squeaky voice.
Corvus just kind of looks from the guy through the pouch to the pouch to then to Shin to the pouch. So we can get our greatest desires from helping you.
I wouldn't say your greatest desires, but you will definitely be rewarded. For example, your friend here wanted information. Do you seek something?
I want what every Kenku wants.
To be able to fly?
Yes, I want my wings back. I want the wings back for every Kenku.
This is a difficult matter. But Red may be able to see into the history of the Kenku. As you know, dragons come from ancient stock. So we may know more information if we research.
Well, if helping you gets me any closer to that, then I'm in.
And Artie goes, "That's the spirit!"
I just give him a look.
And he gives you thumbs up.
I've just had a thought. So when I was with Red talking to him, basically I have a fragment of cloth from the necromancer's robe, the one that attacked. I want to have given him that to use as research.
This will be very helpful, Arthur. This is magical robes.
So I just listened to that conversation with the Kenku and gone, ooh, Red, here you go, bye. Then back off.
Jasmine might be able to help me out with this. She runs the shop. Over yonder. And then he points to a small connecting cave, because you're in a giant kind of like cave-like atrium at the moment.
There's a gift shop here.
It's the gift shop.
Yeah, basically.
So we've seen the main attraction and now we're going to the gift shop.
There's like a circular disc in the centre as well.
Gift shop in a secret base on top of a mountain.
Yeah. They don't sell much.
He says, if there's nothing else,
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with my quest.
Ikor can then escort you to your quarters. But then Artie pops up and goes, "Wait, I promised them they can witness the destruction of the artifact." "Very well."
I look at the other two like, when was that made? Can't remember that.
No, can I?
It was in Bane's castle.
I'm pretty sure I asked for it.
Yep. And then he said, you can witness its destruction if you want then.
I'm like a master of deception. I ain't letting that get past me.
So Artie took it off you, if you remember. So he then takes it from a bag of holding and hands it to Ikor. And he approaches the silver disc in the centre. He nods to Jasmine, who pulls a lever on the wall.
But who's guarding the shop?
You know, the influx of visitors they're having. So, as she pulls the lever, the circle kind of spirals open, and from it emanates a fiery heat of lava. He then holds the rod with two hands and throws it into the lava. And Jasmine then closes the shutters with the lever as you see the rod sink slowly into the lava and disappear out of sight.
Out of sight, out of mind.
I hope this satisfies you.
Yes, very entertaining.
I didn't see it melt. I'm never satisfied.
We can go in and look for it if you want.
So, to your quarters then. Ikor, if you wouldn't mind. Certainly.
It's Squidward.
I'm Squidward.
So he says, "Come along," and
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
and he directs you to the left passage. Well, there are multiple passages, but a passage on the left,
I guess we're going left.
which actually has a sign above it saying crew quarters. And we may as well say the shop has gift shop on it.
What else would it have on it?
Oh, so Jasmine's gone back then, took off the back in 5 minutes sign.
On break.
Gone to destroy an item, be back in 5.
So you get led through a winding cave system, and you see wooden doors as you pass. Some have names on them. For example, you may see Red's quarters or Artie's quarters. But your quarters is quite far in, opposite the Dragonborn you saw earlier. So it has on their names Darlene, Draco, and Dave.
How many more doors are down this corridor?
Quite a few. You almost feel like this is an outpost, and it has been for a while. So then he finally stops towards the end of the corridor and points at a door which has your names on it, and goes, "Here you go."
I like the fact that they've only known us for like 5 minutes and then we've already got named doors.
They knew we would complete that puzzle.
The more scarier part is the fact that we got recruited by Corvus killing Gaston.
I like the fact that I almost died, so they would have had a really useless room if I died on that mountain.
I mean, 2 of you almost died.
I was making death saving rolls.
So was Jorvik.
That was before. I'm the only one who hasn't gone into the saving throws.
Which is pretty impressive for level 1s. Interestingly, as you go through the rooms, obviously they had name tags on. A lot of them just don't have name tags. So you assume, even though they've got the plaques there isn't a name on them. So you assume they can easily wipe or whatever them.
Yeah, so it's like a magical spell to just write the name on.
So I assume you're entering the room.
Have we all got us one room, or is it 3 separate rooms?
It's one room, so there's 2 bunk beds, a chamber pot, and a modest rug.
The rug's mine. No, generally I don't need to sleep, so I would just sit and meditate.
Ah, yes.
So
Fine with me.
So I guess you get a bunk each, and I guess the rug.
yeah, I'll just sit and meditate.
At this point, I'm sure you're very tired from your travels.
Not really, I don't sleep.
Maybe not, but you also hear the lock clicking.
Well, they trust us.
Is it a wooden door?
Yes.
Oh, you're going to burn it down, aren't you?
No, just going to kick it.
I would also say the floor has some wooden panelling on.
I'm not worried because I'm thinking, I can just kick through that. I'll be fine.
Do you want to rest here?
Yeah, well, not going to say I feel 100% safe, but considering they've shown us no ill will as of yet, and they're looking into the necromancer for me, I've got nothing else to do. I'll just curl up on the rug and just go into my meditation.
So, I assume Corvus and Jorvik, you are sleeping.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Jorvik, as you feel the darkness drift over your eyes,
Yes.
there is a hint of light that shines far through the darkness. It draws ever closer. A silvery light appears.
I failed my death saving throws, didn't I?
This was all heaven.
Corvus has just stabbed us in our sleep.
I wanted your gold.
Water shimmers off the light's reflection.
You let him know that I'm waterboarding him?
And a wolf is barely visible in the light. And then you awake next morning
With an erection.
with an erection.
Mm.
Just normal day.
You hear a knocking at the door and then, "Come on guys, it's training time.
No, Mum, I want 5 more minutes.
Come on, breakfast and then training."
Oh, breakfast sounds good.
You know, I had a strange dream. Did anyone else have a odd dream here?
I don't dream.
Fair enough, let's just get breakfast then.
So, obviously, the door now appears unlocked.
Yeah, I'm just going to go for breakfast. Let's say breakfast.
You follow Darlene.
Please tell me they have fruits and things like that.
Well, that's the thing. They have anything you could wish for.
Cool. I'm going to snack down on my fruits and breads and stuff. No meat.
I'm going to snack down on nuts and other fruits.
They have literally meat, raw, cooked, anything you like.
Mealworms?
Mealworms,
Sweet.
grubs, stick insects,
That's me. I'm over by the insects.
leaves.
Why are dragons eating all of this shit?
They have a seemingly never-ending supply of food. As they eat, the table refills itself.
The table's a mimic.
The table laughs.
We all laugh. We stab the table.
I was thinking we could make friends with the table.
I'm just going to, as I said, I'm going to eat my fill of the fruits and stuff that they have on offer.
So, Shin addresses you and goes, "Well, as part of your contract with staying with us here, you are in our debt, as you know, so we demand you train with our other operatives."
Okay. Do you have a hunter?
Interestingly, we do.
I'm going to ask for where he resides, and then once I finish my breakfast,
It's Dave.
I want to...
Oh, Thea gets Dave.
Dave's the hunter. Awesome.
Okay, we're having a whole segment with we're literally gonna go into full detail on Thea's training so we can listen to Dave speak.
I'm not even sure I could reproduce the exact accent anymore.
This is where Corvus goes, no, actually, I'm a hunter as well.
Wait, shit! I can mimic.
So your training will actually be split between Dave and Darlene, because sorry, I was referring to Corpus.
Yeah.
So
I get a bit of Dave love too.
Thea, your training will be primarily with Dave,
Cool.
who is more a cross between the subtle arts and survival skills.
Okay.
There is Darlene, who is more inept at the mystical magical arts.
Did you say inept?
Adept.
I just like the notion.
Yeah, but she's really bad at
Yeah,
magical
I
arts.
heard inept as well.
I don't know what I said, maybe I did.
Don't think I want to train with her now. I'll stick with Dave.
She's really bad at them. But yeah, she knows a lot of magical knowledge.
She knows it, she just can't do it.
Yeah. She's a good teacher. And then Jorvik, you'll be with Mr. Grunter, aka Draco.
Okay, what could go wrong?
So, I think this is a good time to say...
Training montage.
You've leveled up. That as well. But you've leveled up. Woo! You are now level 3.
Hey.
Here's one we made earlier.
So, I believe you've already done your sheets.
Yes, but not that we knew we were going to level up.
Who could have predicted this? So, I think if we go with the introduction order, so...
Jorvik first.
Jorvik first. Tell us what's changed about your class.
Wait. Can we take a moment? Jorvik has finally gained a level.
Yay!
All those years of training have finally paid off.
Hey, you can talk, Theo. You finally gained a level.
It's because I finally shot something with an arrow.
Yeah, but Corvus did as well. And he got a kill.
He shot Gaston.
I'm like the youngest member here. I haven't spent years training.
So just to note, you probably won't level up that fast in future. It's just because it was the first level.
Yeah. So what you got, Jorvik? Tell us.
So yeah, I get danger sense. I get advantages on dex saving throws against effects I can see.
So you could detect danger mouse.
Yeah, it's sort of spider sense, I guess.
Oh, so
Nice.
like an arrow comes whizzing out the air, you get a bonus
Yeah,
because you can
I've
see
got advantage
it.
to
Whereas
dodge.
if it's like a manipulative magic, you can't see that. So
Wait, does say traps or spells.
okay.
included, but I'm guessing
They're probably
You'd have to
visual.
be able to
see, something to it.
If I went round a corner and cast a spell on you, you're fucked.
I guess if you knew the trap was there, but you still went for
And triggered it deliberately.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've also got reckless attack. So basically, I can just all out attack someone with advantage, but then everything gets advantage on me until my next turn.
Great in one instance for you, but if it doesn't pay off properly, you then become really open.
Yeah. The other thing is Path of the Totem Warrior.
Ooh.
So that gives me Spirit Seeker. So I have a kinship with beasts, and I can cast Beast Sense and Speak with Animals, but only as a ritual spell. That means it takes 10 minutes to cast.
So by the time you cast it, the animals ran off.
Yeah, basically. You have to cage the animal.
Well, no, they have to be friendly. I think at least for Beast Sense.
Wait, I wanted to talk to you! Does that mean he can finally talk to me, as I'm a bird?
Caca! Yeah, I could cast Beast Sense on you, so
Oh
I can
no.
then see through your eyes for an hour.
Oh, that's quite cool.
I think I might allow that,
You can actually
That
see
would be quite
through
interesting.
a creature. Do you have to be able to see the creature, or is it just...
Yeah, I have to be able to touch the creature initially.
So you touch the
I
creature
don't like
initially, and then you can see through their eyes
Yeah.
for up to an hour.
Yeah, and I think I get some other senses from
That's
it.
pretty
Oh
cool.
my god, you could be Overwatch and watch me as I'm sneaking into places and stealing things.
But I suppose you wouldn't have control on the animal.
No.
If the animal decides to go and curl up into a hole, you're just going to be looking in a dark, dingy hole and not actually find out anything interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I mean, I could use Speak to the Animals as well.
Yeah, it's probably a good combination because
But yeah, the other thing I've got is my totem spirit, the wolf.
Surprise!
Can you see where the dream came in? While raging, your friends have advantage on melee attack rolls against any hostile creature within 5 feet of you.
Corvus is going to love you.
But like it fitted with my my bond, which is those who fight beside me are those worth dying for.
That's good. Shall we move on then?
I guess it's me.
It is you.
Right, so as with Jorvik, my class is still staying the same. I'm still a rogue. Got some more health. At level 2, I gain a cunning action. So I can now use a bonus action to dash, disengage, or hide. So every attack is going to be followed up with I'm going to hide now. Because why not? I don't seem to get as much as Jorvik does. Because I get my level 3, which is my roguish archetype. And I'm going Arcane Trickster. So now I can use some magics to help me be a bit more sneaky and a bit more thiefy.
And now we've got a spellcaster of sorts.
Well, I thought it'd be quite fun because I've got a couple... I've basically got all of the imagey spells, so Minor Image and Silent Image. But because I can mimic things, I just like the notion that I can cast a silent image of something and then be the sound effects for it at the same time. So that's going to be fun.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but I've just got this image of like a bear standing there and you're going, grah, grah, grah.
Yeah, that'll be what it is until I've actually listened to a bear.
Yeah, you're doing your Vic's
Yeah.
impression of the bear.
Yeah.
I also get more sneak attack damage. It goes up to 2d6.
Yes. Useful
So
for
you're better
killing
at
more
killing
NPCs.
NPCs.
Yes.
Yep, I can do it, and then I can make myself an illusion of something else.
He did it.
The bear did it.
Exactly.
I don't have a bow and arrow. I have a knife. How could I have done it? Is that all?
Yep, that's it.
Snazzy. Thea.
with my ranger, I get a few little benefits. So I get a new fighting style. I've gone down the archery route, obviously, because I'm a hunter. So I get a +2 to my attack rolls made with ranged weapons. I've unlocked some ranger spell casting. So I've got a couple of spells now that I can cast which are going to be kind of like very much hunter-esque spells, like tracking and things like that.
So we've all got spells.
So you went from no one having spells
To
to
everyone having spells. I then also get to have a archetype in my ranger, and I'm going down the hunter path, and I get an ability called Hunter's Prey. And I choose a feature, and I've gone for Colossus Slayer, which basically...
Which does what?
Your tenacity can wear down the most potent of foes. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra D8 damage if it is less than its maximum hit points. You can only deal this damage once per turn.
So as long as it's hit.
As long as the creature has already been hit by something, I can deal an additional D8 damage each turn. And I also get an ability called Primeval Awareness. Undead, fey, creatures, fiends, elementals, dragons, celestials, or aberrations. So any of those within a mile of me, or if I'm in the forest, I can tell if they're within 6 miles of me.
Well, I mean, does it just go, yes, there is one?
It's kind of like almost you're picking up the scent.
You know how on Skyrim there's like a bar at the top where you can see where like all your quests are and stuff? Thea gets one of those.
Yeah, and it basically goes, there's a bad guy over there.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sweet. You've been training with Darlene, Dave, and Draco for about a week, and I think you'll have had the opportunity to go to the shop, the very busy shop.
Oh, the gift shop.
The gift shop in a volcano.
Was it? Yeah, with Jasmine.
Well remembered. Currently, they're only selling common items to you, but she has some of the good stuff in the back, she informs you. So if you want to buy anything, now's the chance.
I'll let her know I'm interested in the good stuff.
Does the word heist mean anything to you?
What does that mean?
I wasn't talking to the NPC.
We've got to do all the prep work first.
You really want to rob a bunch of dragons?
Yes.
I want to take away the hand and say, I can show you the world.
She looks repulsed and instantly moves her hand away.
Well, no, as I'm distracting, they're nicking.
Good luck getting through that door. Yeah, so do you want to buy any common items before you depart?
I'm pretty okay.
I think I'll buy you a health potion.
Okay, so I assume you're taking that out of the 50 gold you have between you?
Yes.
So Thea's not buying anything. How about you, Corvus?
No, I don't need anything.
Okay, so you annoy Jasmine.
Aww.
After a week, Shin approaches you and goes, "It's time for your first mission as operatives. Any last words?"
Mommy?
Banana?
All very fine words.
Corvus shakes his head.
So, we have received word of an artifact. Or maybe not an artifact, but we need you to investigate it regardless. People have been going missing.
That's very typical.
Yes, it is, isn't it? They've been missing in an area known as Thistlefang Forest.
Sounds lovely.
It is inhabited by Thistlefang goblins.
Oh god, we're going to have a fun time with you saying that over and over.
Let's hope they've got accents.
The TFG have an encampment in the forest, but they have not had a hand in many disappearances previously, so we don't suspect them directly. The owner of the keep there died fairly recently, and we'd like you to investigate.
His death or the disappearances?
Both, I guess. We have nothing to suggest that foul play was...
How many people have disappeared so far?
I'd say about 3, which, considering the close-knit community, is quite alarming.
Well, 2 of them could elope, and 1 could have just got drunk and fell down a ditch.
I'm glad you have as much faith in humanity as I do. Any further questions?
Are we going to receive any kind of backup, or is it just the 3 of us?
You are the backup.
Oh.
But Artie will give you a ride.
Oh, he likes doing that.
I was going to say, we got a taxi service.
Yes, the other dragons don't like to demean themselves like that, so But Artie doesn't mind.
Someone's got to have the weird fetish.
The human fetish. He's like Zeus.
Apart from the fact that I'm not a human. And neither are you, Thea.
Ah, yes, there is also one other thing I need to provide you. And in his, vest, he rumbles around in what seems like an inside pocket and pulls out an orb. A fairly small orb. And it's got, smoke on the inside, slowly swirling around.
Ah, he's going to see our future.
Who would like this? This will basically help you out if you get in a spot of bother.
What is it?
It's something to get our attention.
So it's a flare gun.
Yeah, essentially, yes.
No, we got throw it on the floor, smash it, and then there's smoke, and then we run away.
I kind of want to give it to Corvus.
Why?
Just because they got the image of you using it on a person.
Ah, yes.
It will provide a small vapour, but I wouldn't use it as a smoke bomb, per se.
Okay, I'll take it.
Get a good night's rest, and Artie will send you off in the morning.
Cool. I guess we're heading to sleep.
You will also notice over your time here they do not lock the door again.
Oh, so they don't lock the door anymore on this?
No, they just did that so you'd kind of stay in there for the first night. But you do notice in your time there that Ecor is keeping a wary eye on you.
Okay.
So you notice that in the atrium, along with the metal disc on the bottom, there is also the metal disc at the top. And that is where Artie is waiting for you on the next day.
I'm just going to head over to Artie.
What? We don't have to go back through the puzzle. What a shame.
You may not be able to come back here later. Would you like to save? Yes, so I guess you all board Artie. He stretches his wings.
Talk to him first. We don't just use him as a pack animal.
No, I'm just going to mount him.
No, I'm just going to get on.
He's like Appa in the Last Airbender.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Our transport now.
You have meaningless conversation with him. You then mount him, and Jasmine pulls the switch on the wall. The other side. Don't get those two confused, I will say that, otherwise you're going to end up crispy.
I'm just waving to Jasmine and giving her a wink as we take off.
She winks back.
I just like the thought that someone could basically mage hand that lever and just fry anything in the centre.
There's a perimeter around it, like handrails kind of things.
Okay.
But if you step on there, it's kind of your own fault if anything happens.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Artie spreads his wings and flies off towards the west. And you leave Mount Kidamonis behind.
Please insert disc 2.
Yeah.
You travel for around an hour, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty cold.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you've wrapped up warm. And then he circles around a forest as it goes into view. It's quite a luscious green one. You notice a lake, a keep, a few settlements, what looks like an encampment, and that's all you can see from the above.
When you say settlements, I mean, what are you talking?
Just a few small houses,
like
basically,
farmsteads.
Cottage-type houses, yeah, those kind of things. So, he kind of yells at you, "Well, chaps, where would you like to land? Hopefully not in the encampment."
In the forest should do.
Just in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, because I have an affinity with the forest, so...
Okay.
For me, that's where I feel most comfortable.
So he's going to find a small clearing in the forest, because obviously he wouldn't be able to land otherwise.
I'm pointing out the trees and going, tree!
He'll be there all day. So he makes a graceful landing and ushers you to dismount, I suppose.
I will. And the second my feet hit the floor, I have the ability that we don't get slowed down by difficult terrain. We can't.
Is that everyone?
Yes, everyone in the party. So we can't be slowed down. We can't become lost except by magical means. And whilst we're travelling, we're always alert to danger. So if something's going to spring on us, we would always be aware it's going to happen.
Okay, so they can't get a surprise around you, basically.
Yeah, it says you remain alert to danger.
Okay, that's fine. So you have the keep to the north with the settlements north east-ish. And then you've got the lake to the direct northeast, and then on the east there is the Goblin Land, which is quite deep set into the ground. It looks like it's been like an old quarry or something like that.
Okay. And where we landed, I take it somewhere to the south of the keep.
Yeah, I'd say not too far from the keep, because most of the area has been deforested near the lake by the quarry.
Deforested quite recently, or
How would you know if something's been deforested quite recently?
I feel like Theo would
The
know because
regrowth.
of the time spent in the forest.
Okay. It depends. Are you going to go to the lake or...
well, no. I mean, if where we've landed, we have to go through the village to get to a lake, we may as well go to a village first.
No, you don't have to go to the village, but you could go to the keep still and miss out the village. You could get onto a path to the keep, and then that forks off to a village. Or you could go to the village directly, because that leads to the quarry as well.
It's the keep where the people have been going missing, isn't it?
Not necessarily, they just know the area.
Okay.
Has Artie flew off? Yeah.
Yes, bye! He says, I'll be by the lake if you need me. I need a good bath.
Do we aim for the keep, or should we go to the village and ask around first?
Well, we know the person who used to live at the keep is dead, so maybe going to the village first?
I mean, last time we asked around, it didn't go very well.
Okay, let's go straight to the werewolf first.
If you're looking at the keep, roll perception.
Well, we'd all glance at it, I'd assume. I got 13.
I got 6.
I got a 16.
Okay, so Corvus, you notice there is a rope hanging out one of the ramparts with a hook at the top.
That asshole stole my method. That's how I was getting in.
Hmm.
I mean, we've got a lead now.
Someone's broken in. Yeah, I think we should go for the keep. It might be there's people there looting.
Or we can be caught, so we look like we're looting.
Yeah, but we've got Corvus, he can shoot NPCs.
Okay, let's go to keep.
And we've got our Dragon Ball if we're in danger.
Oh yes, good plan.
You seriously don't expect me to use that in the appropriate manner, do you?
So, as you approach the keep, you had to go up a sloping path, but once you're there, the land sort of flattens out. It has a moat, of course, but the drawbridge is actually down.
So we could go across the drawbridge.
Roll a perception for me.
I got a 4.
I got 17.
I got 22.
So, Corvus and Jorvik, you both notice that the castle itself seems a bit of a mess, but the grounds seem kind of well tended.
I mean, who's going to tend a castle?
You can kind of see barrels strewn over the floor in the courtyard as the drawbridge is open.
Okay.
Maybe only God was alive.
Or he's a slob that cares about plants.
Is there any bell around to ring?
In the courtyard there may be, but you haven't really gone there.
Right, I'm just wandering. See if I can see anything. Then I'm going to yell out.
You're yelling out. What are you yelling?
Yeah, I'm just going to go, hello, we would like to talk to someone.
I'm going to walk behind him, kind of alert and looking around just in case something pops out, ready to draw my bow.
Right. Who goes there? And you see a elf stick her head out of one of the windows.
Oh, hello, I'm Jorvik.
Well, Jorvik, I'm Yolan.
Nice to meet you. Could you tell me this place's name?
Yes, this is Thistlefang Keep. Surely you've heard of it.
Ah, yes, I was just wondering if I was in the right place. We've been sent here as we understand some people have been disappearing, and we're here to try and solve that problem.
Well, that's the first I've heard of it. We're just here exploring the place.
Oh, so you're not residents?
No. Are you residents?
I draw my bow.
We've rented out the place, and now we're here to stay in it.
Roll a deception.
I was going to say, if a flex could have athletics instead.
No.
Right, that's 14.
She kind of considers it for a moment, and then she's like, this place has been abandoned for quite a while. I don't think someone would suddenly rent it out. I don't think it's even owned.
What kind of elf is she?
So she's definitely not of your clan,
She's not a wood elf.
because she's got blonde hair. She's more aligned to a river elf, I'd say.
It's okay, I wondered if there was an affinity there I could use.
I mean, you can try and appeal to her elven
We're
nature.
one and the same.
I'm going to speak to her in Elvish, and I'm just going to say, why are you here?
She responds in common. I told you, we're exploring the place.
Who are we?
Sedge, Yamaka, come show yourself. And out two other windows, a half-orc and a human appear.
Have we got some more bloody adventurers?
And they both give you a little wave.
I want to ask them if they saw the dragon land to the south.
Dragon? I hope not.
Yes, flew over, went to the lake. Didn't you see it?
You were kind of busy.
I draw my bow.
Whoa.
I knock an arrow.
No.
We know how this went last time.
She's like, please, we're just here to explore. Honestly.
Explore what?
If you're here to explore too, you can...
What are you trying to find? You're obviously looking for something.
Roll a persuasion.
Oh, 17.
I can't believe you haven't heard of the treasure.
Treasure?
You know, the rumour that Cyrus left his fortune here.
No. Tell us.
Well, Cyrus apparently left his fortune here. What else do you want to know?
Is it Miley Cyrus? Billy Ray Cyrus?
Cyrus Grand.
Do you know how Cyrus died?
I think he died of old age, or so the legend goes.
Legend?
I told you you'd never heard of it. I'm really shocked.
How long has this keep been abandoned?
About 10 years.
And you're looting it now because...
Well, no one's ever claimed that they found the treasure.
Surely because anyone who would have found the treasure wouldn't be stupid enough to shout about that they've just got this giant haul of goods.
Well, you'll be surprised what you can find. And then she sort of holds up a goldenish goblet.
You found a cup. Well done.
A gold cup. Look, if you want to explore, fair's fair. We won't get in your way. Just don't get in ours, and we'll be fine.
Fine, come down and open up then.
I mean, the doors are open.
So what's with the rope?
Well, the door wasn't open. We had to make an entrance, and then it was just easier for an exit in case we need to make one.
Tell me, who tends to the gardens?
I didn't even know they were tended.
How long have you been here?
Wait. It's my turn. You've asked enough questions. Who are you?
I told you, we're here looking on the disappearances.
What disappearances?
People in this area just accidentally disappear all of a sudden.
Is that a threat?
No, that's a fact.
Well, as I said, stay out of our way and we'll stay out of yours.
How far is the keep away from the forest?
Probably about half a mile.
I want to backtrack to the forest.
So you're just leaving this conversation?
No. I'm going to... So, if Corvus and Jorvik want to explore, I'm basically going to say, I'm going to do a little reconnaissance, and I'm going to basically just skirt off to the edge of the forest. Only because when I'm in the forest, I can use a skill called Primeval Awareness.
Ooh.
So it takes 1 minute within my favoured terrain, up to 6 miles of where I am. I can sense whether there's aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
There's definitely going to be a dragon.
Yes, but it would tell me there's a dragon there. It wouldn't tell me where, and it wouldn't tell me how many. But if there was also, say, undead, it would say, oh, there's dragons and there's undead near.
What does it include? And what's the range?
Up to 6 miles. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Well, yeah, we'll finish off the conversation. Fine, you leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. However, be careful out there. And we'll turn and walk out, back down the drawbridge.
Okay.
And if Thea's going to explain what she wants to do, go to the forest. I want to go to a village.
And I'll just meet up with them at the village once I've...
Thea,
Yep.
you detect a dragon.
Okay.
Well, you detect a dragon presence. Somewhere to the east.
It doesn't give me location or number.
Well, you can feel a presence towards that area.
Okay. There's nothing else.
Not that you can tell, no.
Okay. I'm just going to head to the village to meet up with these two.
So, you arrive on what seems like a small, deserted hamlet. Roll perception.
7.
8.
You notice nothing then? What seems like an abandoned village. But again, the gardens seem quite well tended.
All the gardens seem well tended.
I think we need to find this gardener and employ him.
Maybe it's not human.
It's a bunch of goats.
Dire goats.
Were-goats.
Well, I'll probably just go to the nearest house and look in and see if it is fully abandoned. And I'll try and knock if there's a door.
So you knock on the door and you roll a perception.
15.
Okay. So as you knock, you catch a glimpse of a sound towards the end of the, I guess, hamlet. And then as you knock on the door, it comes to an abrupt halt.
I just quickly give a look at Corvus and point him in the direction of the noise.
So I think at this point Thea comes plodding along.
So, what we're doing?
Yeah, I put my finger over my mouth. Shh.
Can I find a way to sort of sneak around?
So what you could do, Corvus, is roll me a stealth.
Could do that. Whether I want to. Whether I will. 7.
A 7. So you're canvassing around the building.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice a human who looks rather alarmed. And you catch a glimpse of him. But he catches a glimpse of you as well.
You stare lovingly into each other's eyes.
He opens the door and goes, "Where did you take her?"
I'm just going to look at him and go, I'm incredibly confused right now.
I'll just yell, "Take who? Who's gone missing?"
You know what you've done.
Well, could you tell us?
My wife, you fool. Where is she?
We don't know, we've only just arrived. And there's people at the keep, and then you're the only other person we've met.
Did you not see the dragon?
The dragon? The dragon couldn't have took my wife.
No one sees the dragon. When did your wife go missing?
Well, she was here half an hour ago. I just went to grab some water.
Where was she last seen?
In the house, of course.
Do you mind me coming in and seeing if I can find any clues to where she might have gone?
Fine, but I'm going to keep my eye on you.
Did she run off with your neighbour?
Yeah, she's next door.
Wait, I don't have any neighbours.
Aren't there more houses here?
Has she gone to do the gardening?
No, don't be silly. I'm the gardener.
We found the goat.
And there hasn't been anyone here for 10 years.
Then why are you still here?
Well, I guess I'm here out of loyalty.
And your wife?
The same.
Can I see if I can find any clues to show if there's been a struggle and she's been taken or anything?
You can roll either perception or survival.
Either way, it's +2. 7.
There's clearly some signs of a struggle. Some things have been knocked over and that kind of thing.
Okay, well, I'm just going to relate. She's definitely been taken. And if it was that she was here half an hour ago, she can't be too far away.
Well, I guess the next likely cause is those bandits at Cyrus's keep. We should probably investigate them.
Unless she had a gold cup, I don't think it would be them.
What do you mean?
Oh, they were waving their loot through the window.
Loot? They're looting the keep?
Apparently. Do you want us to stop them?
I'm coming with you, but yes.
I draw my bow.
He draws a short sword.
Can I shut the door in the guy's face for a second?
I guess he's already stepped out now, so no.
I just kind of want to talk to my companions without him hearing.
You could usher them over into a house or something.
Oh, you want to buy some candy?
Woohoo, candy time!
No, I want to try and get my two friends away from him because I've had a thought and I don't really want him to hear.
Well, we know where this is going. I'll prepare a coffin.
You can be like, can I have a word? And then, yeah.
Well, we've already done this. They've come over with me. I've decided.
Okay.
Fine.
The thought that I'm having is we were told before we got here that people have been going missing, but this guy's kind of indicated that there's not many people around and haven't been for a while. So I'm kind of confused whose story is true.
Well, I was about to ask him about the 3 people that disappeared, but then you dragged me over here.
Well, you weren't very quick about it.
I tell you what, we'll use him to get rid of the guys in the keep, and then we'll see what his story is, and he can get Corvus justice, if need.
Corvus Justice.
Okay.
So are you asking him about the people that are missing?
Yeah, we go back to him and go, we've heard 3 other people have disappeared recently.
Yes, looters. After the treasure.
So, how do you know about those disappearances?
I saw them off myself.
Did you make them disappear?
They're in the dungeons, being taken care of.
By what?
What dungeons?
You know, the keep, it has a dungeons.
What's taking care of them?
Us.
Who's us?
I'll pull out my rapier.
Look, I don't have time for this. Either get out of my way, or face the consequences.
No, we'll come and help you sort out the law. They are looting after all.
I would say out of game, you were a second away from being shot in the face. If Andy hadn't spoke then, I would have I shoot an arrow at him.
I would have got sneak attack on him with my rapier.
I guess we're going to the keep.
I mean, it would just be nice for you not to kill everyone you ever meet.
This guy is shady as fuck.
We're very suspicious of everyone.
That's pretty obvious.
Every NPC they're just going to pin down and try to rip off their face, thinking it's a mask. It's Old Man Withers! Quick, kill him!
We think it's a Scooby-Doo villain.
I watched too much TV as a kid.
So I'm guessing we're going to go to the keep with him.
As you arrive, because you're in the courtyard, you can hear the distant sounds of them looting.
What does that sound like? Is it just the word looting, 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 looting?
All you hear in the subtitles is loot noises.
Yeah.
Oh, we get subtitles. Perfect.
Yeah. You need them for the Elvish.
So I'm going to, as we're approaching and we hear these loot noises, I'm basically going to call out and I'm going to say, Yolan, are you still here?
Yes, I'm here. Oh, and you've brought a friend.
This friend
Hi.
doesn't like you.
Hi?
He says you're looting illegally.
We're not looting at all. We're exploring. Is that a crime? Of course it is. You're defiling my master's home. Okay.
And he's the law here, so...
He's the gardener.
If he didn't put his treasure in legend, then why would he not want people to come? Legend. It's preposterous. So he wrote one book detailing it. So what?
Ooh, a book. I think I read one of those once. Or was it a pamphlet?
It was a menu at a restaurant.
Oh, could have been that, yeah.
See, I'm very, very suspicious. You got the 3 looters on one hand, and then we've got this guy who basically takes the law up unto himself. No, I'm going to sit there and say to the gardener, what gives you the authority to stop people from looting an abandoned building when your master is dead?
We keep the secrets. That is my authority.
Besides, he does all the gardening, so it's not really abandoned.
What secrets?
Never you mind. Is my wife here? No. What does she look like? You know, my wife. That doesn't help.
He's lost his wife about half an hour ago. She might be about here.
Well, we've been looting for about a couple of hours. I mean, exploring. And we haven't seen anyone other than the few emaciated people in the dungeons, but they seem pretty out of it.
There are people in the dungeons?
Yeah, we fed them a bit, and they seemed a bit grateful. We were considering letting them go, but they said they were here to explore as well. So we were going to let them go after we'd given up.
Well, you've seen what happens to explorers. Perhaps you should leave now.
I think I agree with your friend. Nothing gives the right for this man to stop us exploring.
I was going to say that's how Dia feels. It's a case of if the place has been abandoned.
And there's 3 of us and 1 of him.
Well, yes, but tell that to the people he locked up in the dungeon. I'm sure they were as strong as you.
I doubt it.
That's a good point.
Is this guy a dragon?
Despite everyone being a dragon, he doesn't look like a dragon.
Can I try and knock him out with the butt of my rapier?
I guess you can roll with advantage,
I
because it's a prize.
I'm like standing in front so I don't notice this. I'm still trying to negotiate the looters to leave.
Well, that was a 1 plus 3. But advantage gives me
So you got 1 on your first roll, thank God for advantage.
22.
Okay, so 22, roll for damage, and you get a sneak attack.
Oh.
It'll be non-lethal because you've stated. Last time you said you were trying to shoot an arrow through his shoulder.
That's 9 damage.
Okay, so I think that's enough to knock him out. I guess you sneak up behind him, clock him in the back of the head, and then he falls face forward into the dust.
I'm going to then timer.
With what?
This is when I've only got string in here, isn't it?
You could make him a nice parcel.
Oh no, I've got rope. I've got
Okay,
rope.
that's fine. I'm not gonna.
I was going to say, I've got. I was looking at my character sheet and all I could see was string. I was like, this isn't going to help.
Once Corvus has tied him up, I want to basically do a quick pat down and see what kind of. He's obviously got his short sword, but has he got anything else on his person?
I'd say maybe a healing potion.
I just look
Which
at.
I might check. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Odds, it stays intact. It's a 19, so it stays intact.
I look at Jorvik and just go, and you bought one of these?
I pick it up, I put it in my pocket.
Bad bird, why did you knock him out?
Because at the moment we've got a strange guy that's left 3 people in a dungeon emaciated, and he has an illusion wife.
Good job, bird!
Shut up!
But he's the only one who could give us any information. These looters know nothing.
I'm over here, you can't knock me out. We also have... We're not doing this again, okay?
Just look, we'll give you time to leave, but leave now.
No.
Leave now, let us find out what this guy knows, and come back, because I'm assuming it's going to be... What time of the day is it?
Early afternoon.
So basically be a case of, it's like, if you leave here for the night, we'll see what we can find out from this guy, and then you can resume your looting in the morning.
Roll of persuasion?
Can I help with, just flexing?
That's not really persuasion, that's more intimidation.
13.
Okay, but we're going to be back here tomorrow, I hope you know that.
Yep, that's fine.
And then you kind of hear them rumbling around, and then you kind of hear them rappelling down, and then a small splash, 3 splashes at that, and the noise fades.
Okay. So now we've got this guy unconscious. I think we need to question him. But I'm thinking we need to go and find out from...
Perhaps the people in the dungeon?
Yes, go to the people in the dungeon and find out their story as well.
But let's make him comfortable inside.
I think we need to keep him with us. Because if this guy managed to take out those 3 other people on his own, he's got something about him.
I mean, he got knocked out by a bird that has no strength.
Or maybe his wife did it, and, we've just pissed her off by kidnapping her husband.
Or we can just blame that on Corvus.
Oh, that's okay, then that's the plan.
The bird did it.
Quick, turn invisible and run away.
Maybe we should leave him tied up. Should one of us keep an eye on him while the other 2...
Well, can't Jorvik wear him as a scarf?
He's not as comfortable as you.
So we want to go down to the dungeons, at least. And we'll take the guy with him, because if anything, we can put him in the dungeon.
Do you know where the dungeon is?
We can find it.
Yes, it's downstairs.
In the courtyard, you'll see some stairs upwards in front of you. So you go through the drawbridge, then there's the double doors in front of you. They are currently open, which you see some stairs upwards. There's a door on your left and a door on your right. It's like a raised platform, almost like you'd see in Shakespearean times. Balconies on the above.
Oh, they said let's head in through the main door and see what we can find.
Okay, so you want to go up the stairs.
Yeah, because you should be able to reach the dungeon from the inside.
Okay, so you go up the stairs, and they take you to a small landing, where obviously you get a left or a right.
Right.
On the right is a library.
Well, this isn't a dungeon.
What sort of state is it in?
Remarkably, it looks not pristine, but in comparison to... it doesn't look as looted.
Clearly the looters can't read.
Was there any rooms coming off of this?
Just one at the further end that's attached.
I think we can try go back the way we came, but this time we'll go down the left rather than the right.
Okay, so...
I was going to say, is there any chairs and tables in the library? Somewhere to sit.
Yes.
Yeah, I can sit there with the guy.
There's some reading desk kind of thing.
Well, I can just look after him here, I guess, if you two go exploring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go to the opposite side. I'll tell you what, I'll skip through it so it's not too boring. So, next to the library, the door further down is like a master bedroom. Attached to that, so looping back round now, is like a servant chamber. The one next to that, which is also attached to the hall, is like a kitchen area. And then I failed to mention in the hall is like a small table built into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your upstairs entirely.
So I'm thinking we go back down the stairs and we try one of the other doors.
Okay, so you got left or right?
We'll go right.
That's just storage, but it seems pretty much pilfered. Some bread gone mouldy, etc.
So we go left.
You notice a ladder going down.
Down the ladder.
Woo! You also notice some manacles on the wall and stuff.
This feels like a point-and-click adventure.
Right, so what item do you want to use and combine?
Corvus and the manacles.
Use manacles on Corvus.
It doesn't work. I've got bird hands.
Anyway, so yeah, you go down and you can hear some small moans, and it's pretty dark. There are some sconces on the wall which you can light if you want.
That's okay, I've got dark vision.
How about you, Corvus?
I'll light a torch.
Okay.
I can't see.
I've got dark vision. Torch.
That negates my dark vision.
You have been scuppered.
Heck your dark vision.
So you just notice 3 people sort of chained to the wall. They do look emaciated, but they don't look in immediate danger, and they are all on attention now. You, help us, please!
Before I do anything, you're going to answer a few questions.
Okay, just please let us out after.
Why are you here?
We heard about the legend.
What's this legend?
The treasure that Cyrus Grant left. Oh, I wish I'd never come.
Tell me the legend.
It's pretty simple. In his last novel, he wrote about a treasure in Thistlethan Keep, and people took it literally. But I think people give up after a while. Well, I think there was more people to stop adventurers like myself from trying. But over the years, the legend faded. So, yeah, I'd leave now if I were you. She's quite dangerous, you know.
She?
Yes, you've seen her, surely.
Who?
The woman.
There's no woman here.
Well, we knocked out the wrong one. I can literally, almost like on the wind, I can just hear Jorvik sigh.
There's no woman here.
Then run while you can, and please let us out.
I'm going to open their cell.
Well, they're on manacles, but we'll say yeah. Bless you. And then they'll just scupper out. Not as fast as they could because they're not in great physical condition.
That's fine. I'm going to follow them up and proceed to get to Jorvik as quick as possible.
I'll follow because there's a crazy lady around.
Yep. And when we get to Jorvik, it's a case of Yeah, you were right. We knocked out the wrong one. His wife's the dangerous one.
There's a crazy lady and it's not Thea.
I think we need to either get out of here or should we call for Artie?
Roll a perception.
Well, no, if she's gone missing, she would have gone after the looters.
Particularly, I will give advantage to Jorvik.
I got 13.
I got 17.
Well, I got 8 on the first roll and a 9 on the second roll.
Mhm.
Okay, so Corvus, while Jorvik was busy, you scour the room a little and you notice a book that's been thrown on the floor, but it's open and it's been bookmarked.
I will go and take a look at it.
There is nothing on the page bar a small scribble.
Is it a scribble? Is it a scribble in common?
It is in common.
I will read that scribble.
The scribble says...
Please wait a moment while our GM finds the scribble.
Please hold. Says the scribble. The object in which you seek can be found within this key. It will not, however, bend to your will until its master again lies still. Seek the treasure within your grasp, set in wood that lets you pass. Only one who is a friend can gain the treasure in the end.
Oh, we're smegged.
I just cut my head in my hand and say, not another bloody puzzle. I like the fact that that was a scribble. It's a long-ass scribble.
Yeah, well, it's someone who's made a note in, not the margin, but the back of the book, where it says, this page was left intentionally blank. And I think that's where we'll end it.
Give us time to solve the riddle.
Or forget the riddle, which is way more likely.
So, thank you once again for listening. Hope you enjoyed. Does someone else want to do the links?
No.
No.
Well, it was worth a try. So, make sure to follow us at EAD Podcast on Twitter. And be sure to check out the website, everyone'sdragon.com. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
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 Everyone's a dragon. See, I've got the accent for him, but I need the phrase to unlock it. I don't know why I need this.
I need the phrase. You sound like a really shit anime character.
I need the phrase to be able to
my bar.
The heart of the phrase.